Well, good evening, everybody. It's a Thursday night and it's time for some education. So, tonight is going to be based around marketing. And one of the things that I notice is that a lot of people are actually doing their introduction here, their who's who at the zoo, and it's almost word for word every time. Now, sometimes that can be good, but other times it's great to have a think and have a listen to what you're pitching and is it actually landing? So what we're going to be discussing tonight is it's a methodology based around story brand. And so just a bit of a question, has anybody heard of story brand when it comes to marketing? It's a pretty much a global phenomenon. Jay, you've heard about it? Sigrid, of course, if Sigrid didn't put her hand up, I would have thought that I would have been heading in the wrong direction. So brilliant. So as an expert in marketing as well. Now, this is the thing. It's about being able to express what you do and how you do it in a very distinct manner, so that people can hear it and go, "I get it. I know what problem you solve. I know how you can transform people as well." And this is actually really good because we ran this session at the Be Connected Brisbane group. And one of our members is actually an expert in Pilates, a specialist beyond all in Pilates. And she realized that it was such a powerful one liner when she went through on her website and everywhere that she was presenting her business and changed it and updated it. And I thought that was pretty powerful, and everybody really enjoyed the session, and it actually helped people further understand each other in the room. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So a bit of an interactive workshop. And that compelling brand message. If you tell people all the multitude of different things that you do, and you miss out on how you change, and we're all going after business owners and businesses here as well, that if they don't understand what you do and how you do it, you've really missed that opportunity. Okay, so what it needs to actually represent is clarity, memorability, and of course, alignment with your messaging as well. So you can go through a whole process around your messaging for your business, and I highly uh, um, encourage everybody to do that. And even if you've been in business for a long time, is to stop and go back and relearn this as well. And everybody's been there at that point where they've gone, I just don't think people are getting it. So just a bit of a show of hands, and look, with complete transparency, have you been in that situation where you've just done your pitch to the room and you get to see a blank faces? Has everybody been there? Yes, fantastic, excellent. And so this is the thing. It's there is a system, there is a methodology. We've had other people talk about methodologies before. We've been in different groups where it's very formulaic as well. Now this can be, but you can of course extend upon it and change them as well. Okay, so the whole idea is to identify your target customer. Has everybody here gone through the process, apart from you, Sigrid, because I know at OJ as well, have you identified exactly the persona of the person you are looking for in your business? Who here has absolutely nailed it? Bit of a show of hands. Okay, very good. Okay, we've got a bit of a this. Is just checking, is Mark waving? Is Mark suddenly become royalty? Yes, he has. Uh, so, so fantastic. And you too, Lucian. Very, very good indeed. And so this is the thing, you've got to isolate the problem that they face. It's really important to understand the situation they're in. And then you've got to go through the process of highlighting a positive outcome for the customer. So you've got to identify the character, identify the problem, and provide the solution that you provide with a plan. Okay, and then the success that comes from this as well. So a bit of an overall template could be for you to focus around is we help target customer who are struggling with problem by providing solution, achieve the desired outcome. Okay, so we help whoever this is, right, who are struggling with this specific problem, and they outline that problem by providing the solution, whatever that may be, your service that you provide. Okay, and then so that they can achieve the desired outcome. So that's a really good, process to go through. So I'm going to pick on nobody that's in the room. So this is for a bookkeeping and accounting company that focuses on home renovations customers as well. So we help. You ready for this one? Here we go. We help home renovation tradies overwhelmed with bookkeeping and tax management by providing expert financial advice so that they can streamline their business, get off the tools, and enjoy a better work-life balance. Lana, that almost sounds like a very refined story brand one-liner that I've heard you pitch around what you do. I would love Lana to now dive in, and I've heard this one, and it almost sounds very, very familiar. Hit us.
I've only just joined, so I'm a bit behind. So you might need to give me a little bit more context.
Do a bit of this, la 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 la, and go. So if you do so here's the thing. I'll say this back to you. So this is based around an accountant and a bookkeeper that provides services for tradies. Here we go. We help home renovation tradies overwhelmed with bookkeeping and tax management by providing expert financial advice so that they can streamline their business, get off the tools, and enjoy a better work-life balance. Now, Lana, how would you pitch that around tradies? Because you've got a very similar one, don't you, as well? So we help.
Except basing it around admin instead. Is that what you're trying to get me to do? Yep.
Absolutely. So we help. Who do you help?
We help trades and service businesses that are struggling with their admin and phone support and want to go watch Netflix.
That's right. By providing
expert admin and phone support. So they can spend more time on site, make more money, and go home to their family instead of the admin.
Which is effectively and enjoy a better work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! It's as straightforward as that. Then you can extend upon it as well. So here's a more extended one. And like Jay has said often, sometimes you've got 30 seconds, sometimes you've got 60, sometimes you've got 2 minutes. Okay, so here's
23 like Misty's this morning.
That's hilarious. Well, sometimes when you run the show, you can do whatever you like.
Yep.
But here we go. So here's an extended one. Okay, running a trade business is tough. Many tradies struggle with bookkeeping and managing their taxes, often feeling overwhelmed and distracted from their work and family life. We offer expert bookkeeping and tailored tax advice to the needs of tradies, making the cash flow side of their business easier to handle. With our support, they can streamline and grow their business, get off the tools, and create a lifestyle business they can actually enjoy. So you see there's an extended one that you can go through as well. So, alrighty. So now if we break it down, so the character in this story is who? Tradies. Okay. And in this specific area, it's home renovation professionals. So I'd encourage everybody to have a think about this as to who is the character in your story. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pick on Desiree. Hello, Desiree. How are you doing? Who's the character in your story? And I'm going to say, what about with managing conflict? Who needs to manage conflict?
Okay, it's a good thing that you're doing that because I was about to announce that I'm going back to my conflict management background and launching that program. And to a few people in the house knew that, including you, Stuart. But thank you because I'm looking to have this one-liner, so that will help me. So I would say we help. This is my rough estimate of what I want to say. So we help leaders who spend more time fixing employee relationship problems than working on strategy, struggling with employee discontent by delivering workshops to improve employee behavior so that they can focus on strategy and let the employees, then I'm a bit fuzzy. So
that's
help
okay,
me,
well
someone
done.
like Spirit. Help me. Yes.
So that's fantastic. Okay, let's break it down because the 4 elements to this is the character. Now you've nailed the character, winning. Okay.
Yes.
You've nailed the problem. Okay. The plan. And what's the plan? How can they fix the problem that you've talked about? is by doing your workshops so that they build the skills to get rid of the problem. Okay. Now, and that isn't by, like certain leaders of large businesses that might have a singular name by just firing people via text. Now, rumor has it that happened. Let's not do that. Okay. So, and the whole idea is to manage the conflict. All right. So let's start off with this. The character. Who is your character again?
Leaders. I've just put leaders.
Okay. So this could be C-suite leaders. Who's the specific decision maker in the C-suite that would be looking for the
business owners or directors, CEOs? I mean, there's too many of the names, so I'm not really sure how to. We can just say we help decision makers.
Okay, I'm going to make a suggestion, because who's responsible to oversee, and then who's directly in chain of command to HR? It's going to be the COO, isn't it? The COO is going to see the chaos. And what does a COO want? They want everything ticked and dotted and I's and KPIs and ROIs, all those good things moving forward. And if they can't do it, if the pieces on the board can't move around, who's supposed to move the pieces on the board, right? The labor force. It's going to be HR. So it could be a HR manager, but it also could be in the C-suite. It could be the COO. So a bit of an idea. Okay. So now, and the plan is that with the strategic advice delivered in a webinar and your training, right? And then the success is that they're able to retain amazing team members, grow their business, and therefore create a profitable and successful business. Okay, so that's the thing you can work on as well. Well done. Thank you for being
the guinea pig.
The guinea pig. Let's go with that. It was very, very good indeed. Excellent. Poor guinea pigs. They get a hard life.
But thank you. Thanks, Stuart. Really needed. You're
welcome.
That.
You're very, very welcome. Okay, so here we go. So now, and this is the thing too. So we're talking about there. We've now identified that in the C-suite, it's going to be the COO as well. So Malcolm, I'm going to pick on you because there you are in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, clearly on holidays. About to venture forth over that bridge.
Stuart, sorry,
Desiree.
Sorry, before you go, what the hell is a C-suite?
C-suite. I'm glad you asked. So you're talking CEO, CMO, CSO, so Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Executive Officer, anybody in that C-suite, they are the decision makers, and typically the board. I do believe there's a board, 2 members of the board here with us today as well.
There are, yeah. Thanks for taking the thunder, Sunshine.
Oh, look, it's a thing. Yeah. Hey, look, that was done via email, wasn't it? Now, here we go. So here's the thing. So the hero of your story, right, is the COO. Okay, in this instance. Now, Malcolm, is Malcolm in the middle? No, Malcolm isn't. You would have heard that too many times. So who's the hero in your story? So we found out that it's the COO in the C-suite for Desiree in that specific instance. Who's the hero of your story? Always a customer.
40 plus female.
Okay, fantastic. Excellent. So you can break that down as to what they like, where they go, what they wear, and you can do that with a persona or an avatar as well. Every time I mention avatars, people just suddenly picture 8-foot tall blue people that live on a planet. So maybe avatar is the wrong word to use now, but a persona can actually be a really good way of actually discussing and finding out who that is. So you can find out who that is. So and what problems do they face as a 40-plus-year-old female?
Struggling having control over their assets and financial affairs,
and knowing where they are. It's a big thing as well, because then there can be a significant moment that happens and they don't know where the things are. Okay, so you help them collate all of that. Okay, fantastic. Alrighty, so we're working we've worked out what the problem is as well. And so what are the external, internal, and philosophical problems? So external problem that they might be facing, what would that be?
Having access to the information.
Okay. Internal problem.
Partners and family.
Okay, fantastic. Could also be it's paperwork too, isn't it? We discussed that as well. And the philosophical problem as well.
Not sure.
Okay, that's okay. We can work on that as well. So, and it could be, should I have control over these things? And it's a decision they need to make. So you can empower them to have that decision by the problem solving element of that as well. Okay, so now a plan. Here we go. So now, Malcolm, how do you execute your plan to solve the problem that they're facing? And what could that be in very simple terms?
Over a 12-month period, you get everything in order, so they have all of the information up to date.
Fantastic, excellent. I love it. I love it. That's really, really cool. And what's the success? What does success look like for these 40+ women who have got, you know, all of the information out of control? It's a little bit all over the place. And look, I can tell you right now, there's 40+ men who let's face it, we're worse. We're terrible at this. So I'm going to say probably the most organized person in any relationship is actually going to be the female partner. But let's just go through this as well. What does success look like for them after they bring all of this together? What happens? Are they empowered? Can they make decisions? What is it, Malcolm?
Well, life expectancy, most males will die before the females, so they then are able to have certainty and manage what is happening in probably one of the worst times of their life.
Brilliant. When you've got your ducks in a row, the next step is nice and straightforward. Brilliant. Okay, so we're really, really working through this as well. So, okay, here we go. Who can I pick on next? Not pick on. Who haven't we heard from? Faith. Because you got to have faith. I shaved earlier, so I don't have the George Michael look at the moment. Now, Faith.
Yeah.
So if we could break this down, okay. Now, let's look at this. We help. So we're going to simplify this one. Who do you help? Who is your target customer?
Management teams.
Management. But management's pretty broad. Who would it be in management who you solve the problem for?
As you said, CEOs, directors of companies.
Okay. Is it a CEO or a COO? Are you sharing the same target customer as Desiree? Because the COO oversees things. So they're seeing the problem and they'll go to the CEO with a problem and have a board meeting about things, won't they? So the COO, I reckon that could be your target audience. What do you think?
I think it's depending on the size of the business.
Definitely. If it was C-suite, would it be COO?
Yes.
If it was a big company, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
probably.
if it was a big company, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people wear lots and lots of hats as well. We know that, people that have got smaller teams too. But we're just sort of talking about specific targets here and specific customers. Fantastic. So, and who are struggling with
Compliance, safety compliance, or safety issues.
Fantastic. And what's the solution you provide?
I provide compliance.
Or is it? But how do you achieve the compliance? Is it training? Is it courses? Is it magic?
It's,
I know you're
depending
pretty magic,
on depending on what their needs are. So it could go from setting up their systems, could be training, but it's just compliance really, and looking at the issues, whatever the issues they raise.
Okay, so but what you'd need to do there is go through those problems that we spoke about before as well, and break it down so that you could isolate it down so it's fairly general but still targeted at that specific let's picking on a COO. So if you've gone through and assessed everybody, and we know everybody's like a snowflake, very individual, everything as well, and every business is the same as well. So doing this would enable you to break it all down and so you can solve their problems. Fantastic. And the outcome that is provided, what is that?
Well, it would be compliance. It could be just resolving the issues.
Mm-hmm. Nobody gets hurt, nobody goes to jail, and nobody gets fined. That's your outcome.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. Well, that's
your outcome.
So there we go. So now with this simple structure that we've got here as well. So if everybody wants to write this one down as well, or you can watch this video again time and time again as well. So we help target customer struggling with this problem by providing this solution so that they can achieve the desired outcome. And there's many, many different ways that you can break it down, but you really have to identify the character, the problem, the plan, and the success. And with that, you can convey your business's mission, how you solve the problem, and you can really refine it down so that everybody can understand the offering that you provide, the transformative solution you provide. So look, thank you so much for your attention tonight as well. And looking forward to any questions at all.
Thanks so